Welcome back, welcome in. I hope you're doing okay today. New moon in Aquarius, planting the seeds for the future, what you want to manifest down the line. And what I'd written down, which seems to me in contrast to that, is the idea of waiting in the wings in a theater, waiting for your cue. When do I come on and get to do my part? And some kind of concern about missing your cue. You know, that there'll be like somebody else says a line, and that's, you're meant to walk on and do your part. And then I got two images from my mother. She's big, particularly in maybe a year ago. Almost every reading started out with Mom having something to say. She was a witchy woman. She believed in telepathy. She used to practice it with us when we were children, at least with me. She'd draw a shape, and I was supposed to just shut my eyes and draw whatever shape came into my head. And it was spooky how it wouldn't be the identical shape, but it would be a take on the same shape. She'd draw concentric circles, and I'd draw a series of bubbles getting bigger, something like that. So we were definitely on a wavelength, and she showed me this morning. Well, she was just, I mean, in some ways, Mom was crazy. She was very brave to the point of being reckless. And in one instance, there was a cormorant, which are fairly fierce seabirds. They have hooked beaks that are pretty intense and not known for being cuddly. And this cormorant somehow got itself stuck. Like its foot was, I don't know exactly what happened because I wasn't up close, but apparently it was stuck in a crevice or between rocks or something. Couldn't get out, and the tide was coming in. And I guess some people were just observing this on the beach, kind of thinking, what's happening out there? Because there was a lot of flapping and an attempt to take off, and it wasn't going well for the cormorant. It was a big picnic with all kinds of families and children and people. And Mom beelined for the cormorant and proceeded to try to get its leg free. And with this beak, it was attacking her. And she just kept going. And finally, she managed to move the rock. The bird took off. She came back up to where we all were sitting, and she was bloodied. It was crazy. But all she had to say about it was, oh, I got so close I could see the eye. And they have golden eyes. It was the most beautiful eye. That's what she was focused on. So a woman of great power and great, she set her mind to do something, she'd do it fearlessly, and sometimes in a way that other people just thought, you're nuts. Mom and the cormorant. And the other weird bird image was, there was an owl that I guess had been hit by a car or something and was lying in the road. And she got out of the car, stopped the car. I think it was a car full of kids. And wrapped this owl up in her jacket, put it probably in the seat next to one of the kids. I mean, who knows. Drove home, and she was a naturalist. She liked to draw pictures of animals and was, took great pains to make them, the pictures, true to life. So the owl because she wanted to study it and draw more owls, went in the freezer. And it was there, I think, overnight. And when she opened the freezer, the owl was alive and sitting up and kind of, looking pissed. And there had been meat in the freezer, like frozen hamburger or whatever, and the owl had eaten most of the contents of the freezer to stay warm. And I have no idea what happened next, how she got it out. I don't know. But I know there was this thing of the animal coming back to life, or the animal being liberated. So Mom wants to talk to us today about courage, I think, and liberation. New moon in Aquarius. I mean, I could fill a book with Mom stories, and I've started, I've written a lot of short stories about her, and someday I think I've got to get them all collected into one, under one roof. I had a creative writing teacher who liked the story but said, we can't write about our mothers. That's just not, it's too close. And I took his word on that, but I think he was wrong. I think we can get close to the mom as we can get close to the cormorant or something like that. High Priestess. She was tapped in. She really was. But High Priestess often isn't passive, but doesn't, she can see behind the veil. She can't really open the veil for other people, into those unseen energies, but she feels them. He, she, they. It's a mystic of the tarot. She's got the book of knowledge, but part of the thing she knows in that mystical book is that people need to do it for themselves. We get this again and again. Can't do the peddling for somebody else. Somebody has to be willing to look behind the veil. What's that mean? High Priestess is a card of Cancer and Libra. Ace of Swords. Well, that's knowledge, but Page of Swords. That's knowledge. It's digging into something. It's taking a look at something. It's learning about something for yourself at the very beginning, getting some kind of crucial bit of information. And it might be a little bit beyond the veil. A peek. Well, the other thing I had written down for weeks on the table was The Crack in the Cosmic Egg is a wonderful book. And it kind of emphasizes our participation in the reality. We're creating it all the time. As a collective, it's really important to stay focused on the positive, because if a lot of people are focused on repression or scary stuff, or the need to control other people and stuff like that, that can become manifested in reality. That's the crack in the cosmic egg. We can birth all sorts of things into our world. What does that mean? It's some piece of information that really changes things. Sword energy. Changes our perception. Changes our understanding. Emperor. card of divine masculine, out in the world doing things, you know, in the inner world. You know, this is where I can do it, and I'll tell you how to do it. I'll take control. I'm out there. I'm forceful. I'm in fire energy. It's a little bit of a do it my way. And this is do it your own way. I can't do it for you. I think somehow, maybe, because this is a card of divine feminine, you know, the one who reads the vibes, the one who sees into situations beyond the apparent, beyond the veil. And this one may somehow be taking a lesson from a divine feminine. What I want to do is to learn to see what you're seeing. This sword energy can be clarity. You can't talk about this. I have to experience it directly. But I'm new at this. Help me see it in a new way. I'm a student somehow, says Emperor, which is unusual for Emperor energy, which is all about I'll take control, I'll do it, I'm the one. What's the relationship between Emperor and High Priestess? And can you tell us what Emperor is looking into, trying to learn how to see beyond the veil? Ace of Pentacles. How to begin? You know, it's almost like there's an opening now that Emperor can peek through. In 3D life, it's sort of like come down off your throne. You know, from this perspective of I control it all. I know how to do. It's a little bit arrogant. That's the vibe I'm getting off of it. And it's a little bit here like there's an opportunity to get grounded and get real. Come down off your throne. 5 of Cups. Well, it's not a happy throne. You know, this one more looks like a Hierophant. But I think it has an Emperor tinge to it. Somebody who feels like what they can't read, you know, what they're blind to, what they need to learn more about is actually regret. There's somebody here consoling this person. You know, hand on the shoulder. Maybe trying to get this person to realize, you know, you can start again. You can start fresh. There's an opportunity that still exists, this portal to, that you can peek through. Okay. Why are they so sad? Oh boy, I'll say. Bottom of the deck, 9 of Cups, a card of happiness. Wish fulfillment, full heart, nurturing energy. Loving yourself through all the stages of your life, and including your inner child. Six of Cups under Emperor. This is a soulmate relationship, perhaps between High Priestess and Emperor, the one who's, that's Rue doing something, the one whose High Priestess knows the inner realm, personal experience has peeked behind the veil. And the Emperor, this divine masculine, and it's a, you know, 5 of Cups, 6 of Cups. There's some sort of natural progression here from regretting some kind of loss and it might be this feeling that somehow the soulmate is moving out of reach. Like, I'm Emperor, you know, I know who I am and what to do, but perhaps didn't take action on this important connection. Devil. Card of Capricorn. Well, this is action-taking energy, Aries energy. I'll do it, I know what to do. And this is what holds somebody back. It can be fear. It's a card of Capricorn. You know, earth energy, and on this new beginning, somebody being held back, perhaps by fear, in earth energy. You know, I get it as sort of like a fear that the Emperor has a fear that he's blown it. 5s indicate a need for change, and perhaps couldn't do it, was stuck hanging on to something until it was actually toxic. It turned bitter, or it got calcified somehow. There is an opportunity for a new beginning in 3D to get out of this psychic trap, or because you can see the claw here of the devil. It's like in the talons of something. Maybe it's like the cormorant being trapped. Okay, on 6 of Cups, 9 of Cups, there's an opportunity for real, you know, wishes being granted, wish fulfillment, happiness, nurturance, the soulmate coming back. I think that would make this person, who I believe is Emperor, very happy. It may be that both parties were kind of in the clutches of something, trapped somehow. And this is sort of like the tide coming in, water energy, feeling overwhelmed by sadness. Soulmate returns, and that's a wish fulfillment? I'm not sure. On High Priestess, please. Knight of Pentacles. Slow but sure forward movement toward a new beginning. Devil energy to me is somebody who has worked hard, Capricorn energy, to free themselves from the clutches of something. Something they felt they couldn't live without. It can be an addiction, a toxic relationship, a fear of a new beginning, a fear of starting over. Because for Emperor to acknowledge their sadness over the loss of some important relationship and decide, Sword energy, I need to dig in. I need to learn more about this, perhaps this person and their mystical abilities, or I myself have to look into, you know, how could this work for me? How could I establish some kind of fresh perspective that incorporates intuition? Because they at one point felt like they were drowning. So, slow forward movement in 3D. And it's a bit like the Fool energy here, because this one is approaching a cliff. And in Fool, we have the guy ready to jump off the cliff. And we have the guy with the dog nipping at their heels. But this is an earth energy. It's not Aries. It's not the energy of Emperor. It's like slowing down and doing something step by step, methodically, towards some kind of edge. I noticed this morning as I was looking at the window, there was an eagle flying up and down the coastline, up and down the edge, and there was something about, I just wrote eagle on shoreline. There was something about, being on the edge, approaching slowly this edge. There's some big drag on this. It's almost like pulling the anchor up, or freeing the cormorant, to open up an opportunity for oneself, the ace, the personal, and an opening, a potential for this soulmate to be able to come in. It's like there's got to be an opening. And there's I think a instruction from Spirit, like, get on your feet, soldier. Take advantage of the opportunity and make sure that there's, in your life, Pentacles energy, an opportunity to enter a new place, and for somebody else to come and join you there. Not in this toxic, codependent way, but in a way that where both of you can work on getting free. Okay, on Emperor we have Three of Swords. To me, that's a card of the memory, sword energy of hurt. Hurt given, hurt received. Because of a lack of communication, because of a lack of a willingness to dig in, to see things with new eyes, because this is habitual. This is rote. This is doing it the same way because somebody's afraid. Maybe both parties. Emperor wants to do something about the hurt, but they have to sort of look at it. Maybe look at their role, what they did or didn't do, to clarify things for the other person. And they're steeped in regret about perhaps a missed opportunity in this past life soulmate connection. On Five of Cups, please. Chariot. There's the regret in Cups energy. There's Cancer energy of moving forward in a balanced way, emotionally, victoriously. Getting free, getting free. It's like the, I hate to keep coming back to the cormorant, but if this is the stuck energy, because you're afraid, this is, getting back on track, getting back in balance, kicking off the regret and doing something about it. And maybe Divine Masculine needs to address some kind of hidden hurt, like something they didn't want to acknowledge, that was toxic. On Page of Swords, Wheel of Fortune. Love it. Love to see that. Again, we have the woman and the baby. And here the guy is down on the ground, stoking the fire. You know, keeping the fire alive, keeping the hope alive, keeping the wheel turning. That's what Emperor is going to do. It's a card of destiny, of the path, of a readiness to step into power. Approaching the edge slowly. There's some kind of tipping point here. But there's forward movement and perhaps travel, because we do, and this can be travel. You know, it can be the emotional, you know, movement out of a depression, out of a place of regret, slowly like recovering one's balance, one's emotional balance that was thrown off by some toxic attachment, the Talon. Tell us about the forward movement. What's happening to both parties, the soulmates? They're getting in sync somehow. Yeah, absolutely, getting in sync. Three of Pentacles. It's cooperative energy. So it's a bit like ceding, you know, giving up total control. My way or the highway. You know, you're sort of the highway, but it's a new way forward. And it involves cooperation. You know, like, let's work on Three of Pentacles, establishing this opportunity for growth, for a way out. And I'm getting, again, it's sort of both parties. All parties. You know, somehow don't address the blame to one person. Ten of Swords. Maybe working to repair this painful ending that may have involved betrayal. Certainly, somebody's in a high state of regret, and I think it's the Emperor. There was something he did or left undone that involved the memory of hurt. What does that mean? Ten of Swords, Nine of Swords. I think that whoever was stuck, and maybe it was both parties, these two people need to come together, Three of Pentacles, to address the painful ending. And there's fear here and apprehension and that dog image again. All the questions that weren't answered, all the times that these two perhaps failed to meet up and cooperate, failed to, like they didn't have the time to build something together, because in time energy, Pentacles energy, somebody was stuck for a long time. The relationship was somehow mired or stuck in the mud, or, and then again, the Page of Coins. So the Page of Swords, let me see it a different way, let me learn about it. And then here's the new beginning kind of in hand. reaching for the opportunity to begin, willing to work with what held us back. So tell us about the Page of Coins. You know, we got a lot of time here. Time in the sense of effort over time, a long time to get there, to get to the edge. And then this past life energy of Six of Cups. It can be a soulmate returning in this lifetime, or somehow as an echo of past lives. But here it is in this lifetime. It's kind of like, how about this? How about if we start at the beginning and rebuild this together? Four of Cups. Again, a card of missed opportunity. Feeling that it's disappointment, it's lovelorn, it's where is the love? And somebody may be saying, it's right here. Can't you see it? I'm making the offer now, maybe a little offer, and this person may be disappointed how little it is. I mean, look, the arms are crossed, you know. This person may be afraid to make anything but a little offer. They're sad about the missed opportunity with the soulmate, but they may still be wrestling to get free from something. I don't really get that. Tell me about the Four of Cups and the Page of Coins. This offer has been a long time coming. Years. Somebody's been at work crafting it. See, I mean, this guy is actually hammering it out. Manifesting it. And it might be sort of like, yes, this has taken a long time, but it's a new offer. You know, I've come to address, in some way, the disappointment. I've been working on it a long time. It took a lot of work. It took a lot of this kind of work. Capricorn, hard work, hardest working sign in the zodiac, Capricorn. To free myself, the Ace, from the toxic relationship. And Divine Masculine may have had a slightly arrogant attitude, you know, like they're looking away from the hurt, from the memory of hurt. They're not facing up to something, or they weren't. But then Wheel of Fortune kicks in. And suddenly they're getting an inkling, Page of Swords, that this is about destiny. That this is about divine timing. This is about the opportunity to do it now. Come to the edge. And I think this person is extremely anxious. Have I done the work? Am I ready? Have I prepped enough? I've been working at this Eight of Cups, maybe for 8 years. Am I ready? Oh, man. All right, let's see what's on the bottom of the deck here. Ah, King of Cups. Ready to feel? Ready to show love? Ready to do this? I'm emotionally balanced now. I've worked my way out of this depression or numbness. You know, I've created this opportunity. I've kind of like, with my bare hands, I've I've created this opening so that I can get out and the other person can get in. This person, I think the Emperor, was determined not to involve the High Priestess in whatever toxic thing they were stuck in. And High Priestess may have been slowed down for a while. But now things are going to speed up. This is a fast energy in Major Arcana. It's like the psyche is suddenly freed from the clutches, right? There's forward, balanced, forward emotional energy here, embodied in this person. Willing to take the risk, approaching the edge, approaching it fast. They may have fought to free themselves. They may have had help from their soulmate, even when the soulmate wasn't there. You know, this consoling energy, hand on the shoulder. Somebody consoled this person. Freed them. You know, I mean, the work of freeing ourselves from devil energy really has to fall on us. Ace of Coins. But we all need, you know, that kind of help and comfort when we're afraid, when we feel stuck, when we feel the tide is coming in. I think they're ready to work with High Priestess, willing to know for themselves what she's known perhaps all along, because she's highly intuitive. Things are on the move. Wheel, Chariot. We have on the board High Priestess, Libra, Cancer, Wheel of Fortune, this forward movement, this destined forward movement that involves somehow the masculine rekindling something. You know, doing the work of warming things up. Aries and Emperor, fire sign. Who's going to do something about the hurt. For a long time, this person couldn't do anything because they were stuck in some, they were afraid to move forward. They may have been in some place of addiction, you know, stuck in some situation where there was something they felt like they couldn't live without, but there's liberation here. I mean, I think the fact that they were stuck was extremely distressing and depressing. Wanting to end the cycle, wanting to cooperate, and having a lot of doubts about whether they could do it, how to do it. So they really buckled down and worked on it for a long time. Meanwhile, leaving love, you know. But it got pretty, felt neglected. So I think that it's tentative because it's been so long. Okay, Cancer in the Chariot, Capricorn in the Devil card, and I think that's it. Aries and Emperor. And I think there was a little bit of help. This person may have gotten counseling. Somebody who told them it's okay to be happy. It's okay to, you know, if you love somebody, somebody who really makes you happy. A nurturing kind of love, not a codependent love. Like, seize the opportunity. I think that's the message to the Emperor. You know, the first thing on your checklist of things you must do, get your leg out of the trap and move forward. The Eight of Coins concerns me a little bit because it's sort of like, you know, I've got a little more work to do, and this person may have a little more work to do. Is it on the split here? King of Swords. The Emperor is all the kings. So, you know, there's something about seeing it clearly, being willing to address the hurt that lingers in both parties' memories. And there is a way in which it's like a shared memory. 3 of Pentacles, 3 of Swords. Work on that shared memory of hurt. 3 and 3 is 6. In Major Arcana, 6 is Lovers. In the Minor Arcana, 6 is this Soulmate card. I think there's an opportunity for a new beginning, and somebody's seeing it clearly. Somebody's seeing it with new eyes. Taking a second look, digging in, you know, and working at creating this new beginning after the dark days. A way in, a way out, a way into something new, and a way to let the new thing in. The person who's actually not new, they're coming back around. 6 of Cups. Okay, you guys, that's what we got today. And yeah, I people have reminded me, please say to subscribe at the beginning, because, you know, we're 40 minutes in and a lot of people have clicked off. But just as a rule of thumb, if I love a reader, I hit it at the very beginning. You know, I hit the like button. If I love the reader and I've not heard them before, I'll subscribe right off the bat. You can always unsubscribe, and people do. But, you know, we're in this together somehow, 3 of Pentacles. We've got to learn how to work together to free ourselves, console each other. That's what we're here for. I'll see you next time.